Hello everyone. In this video, we will try to embed or connect the Azure map into the Dynamics 365. We will see how to do that, and to do this, I will be using the HTML web resource and the JavaScript. And here, before we proceed the connecting this loading this Azure map from the Dynamics or something like that, we have to configure the Azure map into the portal. So here I have already created the Azure map service on the Azure portal, and to authenticate the Azure map through the web application, we are having the different way. One of the way of it is using the subscription key. To get the subscription key of the Azure map from the portal, we can go to the authentication here, and then this is the primary key, or we can use the secondary key also to authenticate the Azure map through the web application. So I have copied this primary key into my notepad, which I will be using in the further steps. Okay, so I believe we have configured the Azure map on the portal, and we have the primary key generated from the Azure map, which we will be using to embed it. So this is the Azure map I will be using in this video. So now, to load the Azure map into the Dynamics 365, as I mentioned, we need to create the one HTML file where this Azure map will be loading in the web page, and then to load it, we will have the JavaScript which will be writing into the separate file. So we need to create the two files. So here I have opened the here my bracket editor. So I'm going to create the new file. The first file will be my test HTML file, or we can say that one. So I'm going to give the name dnlb or the demo map.html. This is the HTML file name which I want to embed inside it. So in this file, we need to include the few HTML tag. Okay, I'll just add these few lines here. Azure map demo. Okay, and in the body, I'm going in the body we need to take one div and with id equals to something my map. Why I'm going to take the div here is because inside this div container div tag, my map has to be loaded. That is why we need to create one tag to load it. So this is all we need to do, and there's a few things, few resources we need to add, the cdn resources. So here I have copied here the link. This one is the style sheet which we need to include, and another is the script of the atlas, so it will load the map. So let's add these two into our html file here. And yes, so we need to add the new another file of the to handle the javascript behind that. Once this page will be loaded, then we need to create the map and load it right inside this div tag. So we will create the another javascript file for that. So I'm going to create the new file, and we'll name this as a load map, dnlb load map.js file. Okay, so my file is created. So I'm going to write the few lines here. So I'm going to give this name dnlb map equals to, I'm going to create the immediate invoking function here. Function. Okay, inside that one, we need to create one function which will load the map. To test it, let's create one function here where load map equals to function, and inside the function we need to load the map. So for that we need to create the variables. So here I'm going to create the one variable map, and also I'm going to create the variable to store the subscription key which I have copied here. So copying the subscription key, I'm going to give this name subs key. Okay. Then there are some default setting we need to do for the map. So I'm going to create one object for this properties for this map property default map properties for this. So default map setting, I'm going to give the name, and inside that one we need to specify the language of the map, which will display the content. So it will be English US. Then the center, like by default when the map will be loaded, so which location you want to display by default. So I'm going to display the Bangalore city. So this is the longitude and latitude location of the Bangalore city. Then there is a zoom level, what you want to set. So I'm going to set zoom level as 10 here by default, and the view I'm going to set it as auto here. So this is the default setting I'm going to display when the map will be loaded. So now let's update the map variable. So map equals to atlas dot map, and we'll create the new map here. So we have to create new atlas map, and then inside that we'll pass the div id from in which div tag it should be loading to. So this is my div id, so I'll copy this one, and inside this one it has to load, and then we will set the properties of the map. So here we are having the language property, which will be the default setting dot language. Then we are having the center, that will be default setting dot center. Then zoom, default setting dot zoom, and then view, default setting dot view. Now we there are some other properties like bounding box and all. If you want to set, we can do that. But now after these few settings, I'm going to add the authentication, how it should be done. So since I'm going to use the subscription keyway authentication, so I'm going to add that one. So auth options, and that will be the object, and this is the auth type. We will add the subscription key, and subscription key, that will be nothing but the key of our Azure map. So this is subs key. So that's all we have added. So let's return this function from this object model, from this module. So return the load map, and load map, this is the function I'm returning from here. So now this is the this is ready now, so I'm going to save it. Now we have to connect this file into this HTML. So let's add that tag for this. So script, and then source equals to this one, type equals to application text or JavaScript. Okay, and here since we have added the map now, so once it will load it, then we have to specify the width and height of the map, like how much window in the browser window you want to load it. So let's add the style tag for that, style, and then the ID of my div tag is my map, and here I'm going to set width equals to 100%. I'm going to load it for 100%, and then height I'm going to load it for 100%. So I have a specify. If you're not a specify, then your map will be loaded, but it will not be visible to in your browser when you open this one in the this HTML file when you open it. So yeah, so it is done. Okay, so I'm going to save it. So let's check if it is loading now. So to open it, I have created the file here, so I'm going to open it. Okay, so it is giving some error. Let's see what error we are getting. So there is no error now in the console, should be loading fine. Let's check it again. Width equal to 100%, height equal to 100%. Okay, so this is fine. Okay, here one thing is happened, the function we have not called. So here this it is connected, but this is the function which is loading the map, right? So let's load it when the body is loaded. So on load, sorry, on load, we will call this function. This is the return function name, so we'll set it here. Okay, so it is done. So this function will be called, it will be added here. So I'm going to save it. Okay, this is also saved. Let's open this one again. It's giving error again. Let's check it. Saying atlas is not defined. So okay, this is the spelling mistake here. So it is atlas. Okay, save it. I'm going to reload this again. So in the browser, so you can see the map has been loaded. So map has been loaded in the browser from my local file. So now this file, this HTML file, we are going to embed or add into the Dynamics 365. So to do that, already I have logged into the Dynamics 365. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the new command button here, and on click of this command button, I'm going to open the new this map, like how it is open in the browser window, right? So it will open in the new browser window here next to this tab. So to do that, we need to modify the command, the command buttons of this one of the entity. So I'm going to use this account entity. So to do that, first we need to register this to library, right, into the as a web resource. So I'll go to the my solution, go to the web resource, and we are going to add the new web resource too. So add more web resource, and this is the path of my file. So I'm going to give the name. Okay, so this is HTML file. I'm going to give this name as since this is the HTML file, so HTML slash load dnlb load map.html. Same file I'm going to copy here. Okay, so this HTML file already selected. Save it. It is added. I'm going to add the JavaScript file also. So it is a script dnlb load map.js. Okay, so it is added. So this two file has been added. Sorry, not this one. Load dnlb load map and dnlb load map.html. So this two has been added. So we need to publish it. So I'm going to publish this too. So once it is published, we need to update it few more things. So basically, as I mentioned before, we are going to create the new command buttons to handle that one. Like on the click of this command, we need to open the HTML, right? So there we need to create one small function inside. I'm going to use the same file here, same JavaScript library here to create the load click handler of the command. So I'm going to give this name where click command handler, something that one. This is the function name, or we can see open map handler. Okay, this is the function name, and inside this function we need to open the URL into the browser. So to do that, we have to set the URL. So open URL, we can this variable we need to set up. So how we can open is as we open any of the record, you can see it will open the in the here in this format where we have the page type equals to entity record, and then we will define the page and all, right, these things. So here when we open the page type here, so here I'm going to copy here till here, because since we're going to open the page as a web resource there, right, so we need to specify that one. So what I'll do here, first let me copy here. So page type equals to, here it will be our web resource. Okay, and then we have to give the wave resource name, which page you want to, wave resource you want to load. So wave resource name equals to the name of the wave resource we need to specify. So as we have uploaded the wave resource here, and you open this one, so it will, this is the wave resource, you will see this is the wave name, so that we can get from here also. So we can copy this name, wave resource name, specify here, sorry, here. So this has framed the URL which I want to load it. Okay, again, in the real time, you can see this is hard coded in this my URL, but in the real time, you can get it from window.location.url. From there, you can get this thing, and you can extract the app ID and this domain URL. You can extract it, and then you can frame it dynamically. And once it is framed, URL is created, then we need to open it, window.open, and that is nothing but the open URL. And since we'll open in the blank new tab, so we have to mention the blank. So yeah, so it is done. So let's return this function from this module. Okay, so this function we have to register when we click the command button, right? So I'm going to save this file, this JS file, and I'm going to update this uh, web resource. So this HTML web resource, sorry, JavaScript web resource, I will select the file again, and I'm going to save and publish it again. Okay, so now it is done. We have registered the our function, but again there is one problem here. The problem is when we open this JavaScript, so it opens in the view resource, and here in the HTML file we have added without the the view resource linking. So since it is reading me from my local file, that is local system, that is why it is we can add like that. But when we add into the view resource, so we need to include it as a view resource. So this is the JavaScript file. I'm going to take this name, JavaScript till full name. This is the name of the file. So copy this one and add into this HTML load here. Okay, so it is added. I'll save, and we need to update this HTML file also. So here I will update this HTML file. Okay, so it is updated. So now we have done the setup. So let's create the command button. So this is the app customer service hub, and inside that app we'll go to the account, and then we'll create the new button here. So we will go to the solution. This is the solution, and already I have added the app customer service hub into my solution here. This is it. So I'm going to edit it. And well, it will take some time to load, and then after that we have to go to the account section here, and then here we are having, when you select this account view, here we have the edit command bar. So when you click on this one, it will ask you where we want to add the new command or edit the command here. So since we are going to edit the command, when we click on account, and then it will load the main, this is called the main grid. So we need to load here, so there I'm going to add it. So I'm going to select the main grid, edit this, and we'll create the new button here. So I'm going to create the new command, and I'm going to use the JavaScript. There's a fx script also you can use to open it as per your command, but here I'm going to use the JavaScript. So I will select the JavaScript here. So it has created the new command button for me. So I'm going to give the name dnlb load map. Okay, and since it will run the JavaScript action, here we need to include our JavaScript library. So let's search it, scripts. So yeah, this is the script, dnlb load map I have added, and then here we have to specify the function name. So the function name from our file is, this is the namespace, we can say this one, and dot the name of the function which we are returning from here. So this is handler. Okay, so it is added. There is no parameters, so it is a straightforward. So we have added it. So we can save and publish. So it might take for a while. So once it is published, then we will refresh this app from here. So it is published now. So going to refresh this. Okay, now you can see DNLB load map has been added. When you click on this one, it has opened the new browser window. This one, sorry, new tab in the browser, and then it has loaded the map. So this is how you can embed your HTML file into your command button, and load the map from here. So now we will see the further videos how to enhance this map. We will use some use cases, and we'll try to cover on those maximum use cases as much as we can. So this video was just to doing the setup of the Azure map, embedding into the Dynamics 365 and load it. So this is the very beginning level of this video series. So in the upcoming videos we will see how to add the legends, and how to use the uh, longitude latitude from the one of the entity record, and how to modify that once filters and all those things we will look in the upcoming video. So I hope this video was useful to you, and thank you for watching this video, guys.